Hey everybody, happy Thursday. If you're new here, I'm Allison Rauch. I'm the Public Information Coordinator with Greer CPW. I'm in a new neighborhood under construction in Lyman. Today is 811 day. It is August the 11th, which is 811 for us. It's a great day for us to talk to you about the importance of 811, not only year round, but in particular this day. So I am going to introduce you to my coworker, Chris Wilson. He's a locator for us. He marks underground utility lines. We're going to talk about why his job is so important and how you can make sure that you stay safe at your home as well. All right. Hey, Chris, how's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. So, Chris, tell me, you've worked for us since 1999. Tell me a little bit about your job.
I am a utility locator. A lot of times brand new subdivisions will be put in, utilities get installed. We have to go out and mark the utilities we own, which is gas, power, water, sewer, for other things to be installed. Today I have this blue house right here that I have to mark for power to be installed. So I'm coming out to mark the gas main to show the power crew that's going to install it where that's at so they won't cut it.
Right. And you know, Chris, I think one of the common misconceptions about 811 is this is a free service to call 811, but maybe people think it's just for contractors, but it includes other folks as well.
Yes, ma'am. Say if you have a home that's already established, this is your house, you want to do a flower bed, you want to plant a tree, you want to garden, whatever you want to do, definitely call 811 because you have a power line, a gas line, water lines, telephone, charter. All those things are buried. You never know where they're at. They can run around the house, they can run across the yard. You don't want to cut them. You'll be without service, and a lot of times those services are very valuable to us. And take for instance, this is a phone line that's going to be buried at some point soon. It is a fiber optic telephone, but they're probably not going to bury that line but about 5 to 6 inches deep. And as a homeowner, you go to put a shovel in the ground to put your little tree or your bush, you're probably going to cut yourself.
So as a homeowner or even a contractor, how many days do I need to call 811 before I plan to dig?
We have 3 full working days for us to get the ticket marked. So plan ahead, call a week before you plan on doing the work. No later than 3 days before doing the work. Give us that 3-day window to get our job done.
And another thing people may not realize is we are not 811. So the call actually goes down to Columbia and then we sort of get dispatched, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
When contractors or homeowners call, they do call Columbia. The 811 service, it is nationwide. Wherever you're at, you'll be connected to your 811 dispatcher. They send locate requests out to the utility owners. So we get our tickets to tell us to go to this address and mark for this customer. Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about your job. I mean, with all the growth that's happening in Greenville and Spartanburg counties, you just stay wide open.
When I first got in this business, you could have downtimes in the fall, winter. It would slow down a little bit. The way things are growing right now, I think last month we've done over 3,000 tickets between 5 guys locating. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of work. Like, things aren't slowing down. They don't matter what the season is.
Right. What would the big message that you would want viewers to kind of take away about 811?
It's definitely a free service. It is there to protect you, to protect your home, to protect anyone digging. You're digging on gas lines, which can be a fire hazard. You're digging on power lines, which can electrocute you. Water lines have a lot of pressure on them, so the service is to protect the contractor and the homeowner. So, and it's free. It's just plan ahead and call the service.
And I don't know if you realize this, but just this week we had a gas line issue off of Gibbs Shoals Road where another contractor hit a gas main. And so we had to shut the service down. And so that happened right in the evening hours as people were cooking dinner. So if you use natural gas, you've lost service for the evening, and that's a disruption. So let's get to the fun part. You've got your equipment here. Show us about your equipment and what you do when you get to a job site.
So this is a receiver and a paint stick. I have my transmitter hooked up to my gas service across the street. I do have to mark this home for electric to be installed. I've already hooked it up. I've already pushing the signal down. This will pick up the signal that my transmitter is pushing out. So when I move my machine over the top of my gas line, I actually pick it up. You do have phone and cable TV, but you'll notice the machine's not making any noise. It's because I am hooked to a particular service and it's only putting current on that line. So I'm not doing what we call bleed off. I don't have any bleed off. See, I'm not picking up anything else. So that tells me this is my gas line. And these machines will show you and tell you depth, but they are not always accurate. So don't ever ask the locator what the depth is because it could be false.
Right.
But so when I find it, I paint it.
And you're not just painting it a random color. These colors mean something.
Yes, yellow is gas, red is power, electricity, orange is communication lines, which is phone and charter television, and then blue is going to be your water, and if you see any green paint, that's sewer.
Sewer, yeah. So also another tip that's something really good for you, so you're not marking someone's whole yard. When someone goes to call 811, you suggest pre-marking with some white paint?
So if you're a homeowner and you're going to just be working in your backyard, putting in a fence or putting a garden in the backyard, when you call 811, just tell them, hey, I just need my backyard marked. Because if you don't, we assume this is the entire property and we'll mark the whole front yard. We'll put offsets in the street. And you don't want offsets in the street unless you have to have them. So, yeah, tell them where you're going to be working and it saves us time.
It's time consuming for you all to mark a yard. That's right.
Also, if you see white paint in your yard or across the street or something, white paint means proposed excavation. That means some digging will be coming and taking place within that area.
Okay.
Yep.
Great. And so tell me a little bit about the flags too. That's another way to indicate lines instead of paint.
We always put down paint just because paint is harder to get rid of. Somebody can pick up a flag and say, hey, it wasn't marked. So we do paint anyway, but if you want flags, you can ask for flags. In a new subdivision where it's all dirt and mud and you've got rain and people running over it, we will paint it and then come back and flag it. You can see that USIC, who is another locate company, has put the red for power, the orange and white, and the orange for communications. And also SJWD has a blue flag to mark their water.
The water, that's right. Okay. Yep. Well, cool. Let's keep on going and show everybody. So rain or shine, you're out here.
Rain or shine. I mean, if it's a downpour, we're not. You know, we try to wait it out. But yeah, if it's raining, sprinkling, we get out and do our job. I mean, we've got a big workload, so.
And some listeners that are watching this right now may not realize that calling 811 is actually a law. You could be fined if there are damages. You could be responsible for these damages. So that's, again, why it is so important to always call 811.
Yes, very important.
All right. Well, thank you. We're going to let you get back to it because I know that you have a lot of job tickets to do for the day. But if you guys are watching, you have any other questions, feel free to post them in the comments. We'll get back to you. But the biggest takeaway is to always call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig. And if it's in our service territory, you may see Chris out on the job site.